Good morning, good morning. It is day 2 of the challenge and we are ready to go. Let me know if you are online. Let me know if you're here. Say hi so I can see. Now, one of the good things, if you're here to win a prize, is that what generally happens is from day 1 to day 2, the people that found it too hard quit. And so there will be less of you on day 2. And so you're in with an even bigger chance of winning on day 2. Let's see how many less. Because then we'll be able to know what you're up against in the competition, whether you're likely to win or not. And this is why, if we're completely honest about it, not everybody makes lots of money, because it's tough at the beginning. You know, there are some things that you're going to have to do. You're going to have to think of your ideas, for instance. You're going to have to grow an audience. You're going to have to do lots of these different things. And the thing is that some people, but not everybody, just want it to be too easy. They want to be able to just magically make money. But you do have to put a little bit of effort in. And we can normally see the effort drop between the days of doing this. And it's actually a good thing, because if everybody was to do it, then it would be a lot harder. You know, if it was completely easy and you just sat there, everyone would do it. But because we know we're going to have to put a bit of effort in, those people that will make the effort, they are the ones that will be here to the end. And they are also the ones that are 100 times more likely to make a lot of money. So if you're here, congratulations for being here on day 2. It actually means something. It means that you are more likely to make money in a business. It means that you are more likely to make money from a passive income stream, because you're putting the effort in to learn. And you might think that's a really obvious thing to do. Like, well, surely everybody is putting the effort in to learn. But it isn't that way. What happens generally with people is there are only, they say 5%. 5% of people will do what it takes, will learn what needs to happen to get the extraordinary life that they want. I'm one of those 5%. All of my clients are those 5%. And now you guys are looking like you are also in the 5% because you've turned up for day 2. And that's really, really important. I'm just checking because I can see that you're on, but it's not showing me any comments. There we go. Oh, the Netherlands. Hello, hello. Nice to see you. Hi, Natalie. Hi, Jen. So, how did we find day 1? Let me know in the chat whether you found it easy, mid, or tricky. Let me know where you are with it so that we can tell. Hopefully you didn't find it too bad. Yes, you're in the 5% club, Rebecca. Anyone that's on this live is in the 5% club. And if you look at how many people are watching, I reckon normally we lose around half of the people, because it gets tough and people don't want to work through things. But you're here, which means you did. You've worked through it. You're going to give it a go, no matter if it's hard or not. And that's what's really, really important. Yeah, it looks like it is about half. See, I can tell. I'm a magician. Lovely to see all of you. Gosh, we've got people from Morocco, all over the place. You found it quite easy. That's good. Good, good, good. Easy because I feel more focused. And that's what it's about, just being more focused. Like, if somebody said to you, if you do these things, A, B, C, and D, you will make a lot of money. Maybe even 100,000, maybe 500,000. I don't know about you, but if someone told me to do that, I would do the few things. That's what I would do. But as in all things, not everybody will. You get to decide that you're going to be one of those people that is going to, and is going to do the things to change your life, because we all have the ability to do that. I need to post what I wrote on the thread. Go and do it. I want you to be entered into the competition. Today one was a little bit difficult, but I was surprised that I was not only able to come up with 3 days, but wrote down a couple more in my notes. There you go. Sometimes we just have to spend the time to think about it. All right. Shall we go on to day 2? Day 2 is a little bit harder. It's not loads harder, but it's a little bit harder because I'm going to have to explain a concept to some of you that won't have heard of it before, but lots of you will have, so that's okay. So today, first of all, just to remind you, in case you're watching this for the first time and you didn't see yesterday's, you need to do all 4 parts of the tasks, all 4 tasks, by Monday at 12 p.m. to be in with a chance of winning one of the prizes. Prizes from Dior, prizes from Chanel, prizes from Mulberry, prizes from Fortnum & Mason, and also there is a prize for the person that's being the most helpful in the group. I'm in Fortnum and Mason right now as we speak in the boardroom. It's beautiful. Let me show you. Look how pretty that is. So that's where I'm working from today. So yeah, you can win all of those prizes just by doing the 4 tasks. That's all. And then on Monday, we'll be having a masterclass at 8 p.m. GMT. We'll be pulling this all together and I will be telling you the winners as well. So make sure you come to that because that's going to make everything easy. And we're going to do a Q&A on that as well so that I can answer your questions if any of this has become confusing. All right, day 2 is all about audience building. So I have my notes here. Yesterday, we went through the different kinds of passive income. We went through what passive income is, and we went through the 4 different types of knowledge that you can use to teach other people for things like courses, for things like memberships. If you haven't watched this one yet, go and watch it from yesterday because you'll need to do that one first. But today, we need to really talk about the cash system. So when I started teaching people passive income, what happened was that I realized that all of the people that were making money, I was teaching them the same thing over and over again. So I decided to put it into a little framework, which I call the cash system, which I trademarked. And now all of my clients that have made money have all used the cash system. You may have seen today 2 of my clients. One was making around 78,000 a year in her online business, which is really good. She started working with me in January, and this month she's just hit 100,000 a month in her business, and we want that to continue on. I taught her, same thing I'm going to teach you. And I had another person that just hit her first 12K month this month. I taught her the exact same thing as well. So I always use this cash system to teach people what to do, to teach people how to do it. I'm going to teach you it now because there are 5 steps. And I'll teach you it in more detail on the masterclass on Monday when I have a bit more time. I know we only have half an hour to do this today, but it basically, the C in the cash system, it's CASSH. There's 2 S's in it. But the C in the cash system is for client. And this is what we did yesterday. Like, who do you want to help? What do you want to help them with? So we worked that bit out already. The A is audience. You need to then grow an audience of the people that you want to sell this thing to, this course or this workshop or the templates or the ebook or whatever it is that you want to do. You need to grow an audience of those people so that they will go and buy it. The S in the cash system is structure and systems. And this is the bit people don't like because it's about tech, but actually tech is much easier than it ever was these days. Tech is important. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about it today. The next S is for selling, and selling a course or a workshop or anything online is called launching. And launching is my favorite thing to do. It's what I'm doing right now. And launching is about how to make sure that people realize the value of the thing that you are selling, the course that you are selling to them. So that's the S. And then the H is happy. And I think this is a really important one. It's about, you know, when you're making passive income, you're having to create the asset first. So the first time that you're making passive income, it's not very passive, is it? You're having to write a course, you're having to like grow an audience and launch it to people. So that's not very passive, but it becomes passive the 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th time that you put it out there because you've already written it then. The asset is made and you're making money over and over again. But that will only happen if people are happy, if people love the thing that you do. I haven't had to use Facebook ads until this year. I made 16 million with no Facebook ads because people were so happy with the results that I was giving them in my one-to-many program that they would go and shout about it to other people. So the H is really important. So that's what the cash system stands for. Can't even speak now. And so what I want to talk to you about today is that second part of the cash system, which is A, audience. Because if you know, like, okay, audience, let's say you said yesterday you wanted to do a course on helping people through divorce or helping a child, that's helping parents of autistic children learn how to bring up autistic kids. Let's say that was the course you've decided on. So then what you're going to need to do is grow an audience of those parents of autistic kids, or grow an audience of whoever the people are that you wanted to help. So if you're going to do that, there's lots of different ways to grow an audience. But one thing that's an easy way to do it is by having what's called a funnel. Now, you will have seen funnels and you won't even realize it. Those of you that have been in business a while, you will know what a funnel is and you will know exactly how to use one. Those of you that haven't been in business yet, a funnel is basically a way to get a lot of people who are the perfect client for your course or membership to be in one place, your email list, so that you can then tell them about the offers that you have. So how does a funnel work? Well, you saw something that made you come into this challenge. Now, you might have seen that on a Facebook ad because we did start using them this year. You might have seen it on a friend who posted about it. Like, there could be lots of different ways that you saw this post. And then what you did was you had to put your email address in for something, like to get into this Facebook group. You had to put your email address in for something. So that's the best way, using a funnel, to get people to grow an audience really, really quickly. And I started my own funnel back 7 years ago and now have over 35,000 people on an email list, so that every time I sell something, they're there to buy it. Now, at the beginning, I didn't have that many. In the first couple of months, I think I got about 400 people on the funnel, but I was able to make, in the first 6 months, £100,000 just with a few people in the funnel. You don't have to have lots of people on your email list, but you do need to have some. So there are lots of different ways to, grow an audience. There's social media. We've seen that before. There's doing lives. There's not doing lives and just doing posts. There's all sorts of different ways, stages, training, workshops, all sorts of different things. But having a funnel is a good way to do it. Now, we care about funnels so much that for those of you that are coming into the One-to-Many program, which I will tell you all about next week, we give you a funnel. We actually do a bespoke funnel, automated, not bespoke, templated funnel for you so that you can fill in the bits you need and it's all set up ready for you to put it out there to get people to come onto your email list. But the thing that a funnel needs that people forget about is a really good freebie. So for people to fill out an email list, like let's say you put something out there and said, here is a free challenge that I'm running, or here is a PDF for you that tells you exactly what you need. If people want that free thing, they put their email address in, they're then on your email list. That's what you're looking to do. However, most people are putting out really not very good freebies. Freebies have changed in recent years. You have to put something out there that people would really want. So that could be, so I've had freebies for so many different things. I've had, my very first freebie was 10 ways to make money online. And it was just 10 things on a piece of paper, on a PDF. There's lots of different things that you can have. Some are meditations, some are quizzes. You will have seen all these different things out there. And you will see them pop up all the time on Facebook, and you'll put your email address in the ones that you want. So they need to be quite compelling. Now, what people don't realise is the freebie doesn't actually have to be amazing. It's great if it is amazing. The title is the most important thing, because by the time they actually get your free thing, you've already got their email address, which is the thing that you want in the first place. So actually, what you need to be doing is thinking of a brilliant title for your free thing that you're going to give people. So I've had freebies like 365 things to post on social media if you are a coach, for instance. Well, that gives people something they really want. So they are going to download that freebie. Right now, I have a launch guide, a guide for people that are launching. That's free on my website. People put their email address in. So these are all the kind of things that you can be thinking of. So what I want you to do for today's task, and we'll do a Q&A in a minute because I know that this is a bit of a more complicated one. I want you to think about one of the ideas that you chose yesterday. So let's say you said, I want to help people with gardening. Like, I want to help people have amazing gardens. What's something that people who want to have amazing gardens really want right now? And it may be that they want to know the 5 types of flowers. You can tell I'm not a gardener, can't you? The 5 types of flowers to plant in summer. So that could be the title of your freebie. It's hard for me to think of one about gardening because I'm not a gardener. So you need to be thinking of a title of a freebie that is really, really going to really grab them. And then there's lots of different ways to get that out there. I mean, Facebook ads is one way, but it's not one you have to use. You can do it organically. You can do trainings in people's groups. You can be on podcasts talking about your subject. And at the end of everything you do, so if you look at my business, whether I'm standing on a stage doing a talk, or whether I'm on someone's podcast or doing my own podcast, whether I'm writing a book, or whether I am training in someone's group, at the end, I'm going to give the link to a free thing. And those people are going to go, oh, I need this free thing. And they will click on it. And they will put their email address in, and then they're on my email list ready for me to sell to them. So that's kind of like how we're doing this. So I want you to think how to stop slugs eating your plants. That is exactly what a gardener would need. So that would be a really good thing to give people, because if somebody has a problem, that's the solution. And it would be really good if you start thinking of things as a problem. When you're teaching people something, you're generally solving a problem of some kind. What's the solution that they need? Please don't worry about giving too much away. Like, I have a guide on how to launch. People are still going to come into my one-to-many program to learn how to launch because they're getting it step by step. They're getting my launch checklist. You know, please don't worry about, I'm going to give too much away. So all I want you to do today is think of a title for a good freebie for one of the ideas that you thought of yesterday. Just take one of those ideas for now, put the others aside. We're going to pick one, and we're going to come up with a freebie that's going to get people on your list. People saying you can Google stuff like this. No one cares. I sort of talked about this last night. You can Google stuff, you can get free stuff, you can find answers everywhere. People don't want that. They want to learn from someone that they believe is an expert. They want to learn from someone that talks about the same thing every day. You can probably Google what I'm telling you right now for free, but you're here listening to me. Do you see what I mean? People want to know from someone that's done it before. That's a really good one. Anu has put 5 ways to raise your health frequencies that you can implement right now. That's a great one, because if someone wants to do that, first thing they're going to do is go and find something that they need. I've just launched my podcast, didn't even think about attaching a freebie. Yes, you want freebies on everything, otherwise you're doing things for footfall. You want those people in your world. You want them on your email list so that every time you have something to sell, you have people to sell it to. So this is the task for today. Do you all understand what the task is? I'm going to do a bit of a Q&A with you because I've got 10 minutes more time. But do you understand the task? You're just going to take one thing from yesterday and you're going to come up with a really good freebie title. You don't have to write the whole freebie right now. You know, I'm not going to be making you do your whole business this week. I'm just getting you started to think about how you could do it. So I want you to think of that freebie title. The title is important because, you know, when I was a wedding planner, for instance, I wanted a list of people that were going to get married and needed a wedding planner. So every single wedding planner seemed to have the same freebie out there, and it was a calendar of things you're going to need to do for your wedding. But that just gave me all the brides. I didn't want all the brides. I wanted really cool brides. I wanted brides that wanted a wedding in like a warehouse in Shoreditch in London and who loved a party. And so what I did was I put out a freebie that was the top 10 venues for warehouse weddings in London. And that got me all the right brides because A, I knew they hadn't actually booked their venue yet if they were looking at that freebie, and therefore they still needed a wedding planner. But B, I knew they were my type of brides. And so it was perfect for them. And that's how I got most of my wedding clients, by putting out a freebie that I knew they would want. So there is going to be a thread today called Challenge 2. And all that's going to be in it is one freebie title from each of you. That's all you need to do to be in with a chance of winning Challenge 2. Okay, so you don't need a website. Stop worrying. You're going further ahead again. You're all going further ahead. You do not need a website for passive income. You do not need a website to sell courses. You use a sales page, but we're not there yet. First of all, we have to grow an audience. There's no point you trying to sell anything right now. You don't have an audience. Like, so many people make this mistake. They go, right, I'm going to have a business. I'm going to sell these courses. I'm going to sell this masterclass. I'm going to sell workshops. I'm going to sell templates. I'm going to sell ebooks. I'm going to sell retreats. I'm going to sell all the things. Who the hell am I going to sell it to? Nobody, because you don't have an audience. You need one. And so first we need to grow the audience. And this is the best way of doing it. Okay, I'm going to answer a couple of questions. I won't be able to answer them all, but I'll answer as many as I can. Where am I looking? I wouldn't do challenges yet. So don't have your freebie a challenge. What I want you to think of, because that's a bit further along, what I want you to think of for now is just what you would have a freebie on if it was just a PDF or a little tiny ebook. Just something with information in. There are other ways you can do it, like quizzes and challenges and things like that, but they're a bit more in depth. So for now, let's just make it easy on us, right? Let's make it easy on ourselves. We don't have to make business complicated. That's a brilliant one, Dawn. Free 7-day guided decluttering challenge, but we would do that before a launch. So at the moment, we just want to grow the audience. So instead, how about 10 ways to declutter your life right now? How does it work if you sell products like ebooks? It needs to be something that ebook is going to be about. So a tiny bit of whatever that's going to be about. Okay, somebody's put the same question, but I can't see what the question is. How to do race to recurring revenue without rushing ahead. If someone could make that freebie, please, that would be great. Don't worry about where you're going to upload it or any of those kind of things. You can't send documents out on MailerLite. You're getting too far ahead. Just think about the thing that you need to do today. Because once we start thinking too far ahead, that puts us off, and then we don't get anything done and we get analysis paralysis. Just think of today. And that's all. This is the one thing I've remembered you saying before, and I remember the first time you said it, I told my wedding hubby photographer, and he needed to be more Lisa. Is it ethical to get people to give their email address for a freebie without consenting to sign up for emails? No, they have to consent. I've signed up for freebies and they've been spammed every day. So you are subscribing. So when you sign up, when you put your email address in, it will say underneath it, by giving me your email address, you are consenting for us emailing you daily or monthly or however many times they're going to do it. So you have actually consented to it. But you can just unsubscribe. If you don't want to get the things afterwards, unsubscribe. But I think it's actually more unethical to take loads of freebies without ever thinking that that person could get anything in return, like being able to email you. I feel like this is going to be that random people I know are going to think I've been hacked and not click. It won't be like that. Okay. I have the 7 steps to confidence mastery. Yeah, I would change that a little bit. Like, when people need confidence, why do they need it? Think a bit deeper. So, do they want confidence for a certain thing? Like, try and narrow that a little bit. Some of my ideas are related to my current business. I have an audience already. Some of my ideas are not related. Yes, you'll need to build a new audience if it's a completely different thing that you're selling. There is merit in sticking to your current niche if you have passion for it. If you've lost that passion, then no. You collect emails using, so people are like, how do I collect emails? You collect emails using a tech system called a CRM system. You may have heard of some of them. We give you one for free in One-to-Many called Funnel Sketchers, but you may have heard of Kartra, Kajabi. There's so many hundreds of different ones of these out there. MailerLite, MailChimp, and that's how you collect them. Okay, I think we're there. Mastering the top 10 embroidery stitches, brilliant. 5 steps to boost children's water confidence, brilliant. Baking is about developing imagination. Top tip to get children involved, make that shorter, because you will only see the first sort of 5 to 8 words. The 5 most important words in French to know when moving to France. I would click off to know when moving to France. Sound meditation to help you sleep. Perfect. These are great. You know what you're doing. Yeah, don't be sharing your freebie in loads of Facebook groups. That is a way to get blocked. That is not the best way to do it. 10 best retreat venues. 3 things you can do now for yoga practice. These are great. Okay, you know what you're doing. I can see this. Heidi says, my freebie from the first time that I did Race to Recurring Revenue was how to put together an EOTAS package. It's one of my most popular funnels, and you've made so much money from that because you've grown an audience of the right people, which is exactly what we're trying to do. Okay, let me make sure I've told you everything that you need to know. Yes, I have. I want you to really think about their issues. What do they need to know first? You're not going to solve the whole problem, otherwise they're not going to buy your course. But you can solve a part of it. You can give them something that they need. I think that's it. Just work out the title for the freebie and post it. This is easy, right? We've got this. And if you have any questions, you know where we are. Renee will be in with some mindset chat for you, and I will be back at 7:30 this evening to see how you're getting on. But stick with this. If you do this one, you're halfway through. You're halfway there. It's all going to be good. Okay. I will speak to you all later. Have an amazing day.